get a closer look and see the Western Wall. These are the same stones from the temple from 2,000 years ago. together. Abraham binds Isaac upon the altar. He lifts up his hand with the knife. And what happens? Yes. The angel of the Lord calls out from heaven, Abraham, Abraham, stop! Do not harm the child. He's so cute. Why would you want to hurt him? Okay, so it doesn't say that part about him being cute. I added that in. But the rest of the story from the Bible, what are we supposed to learn here? What's the lesson? The eternal lesson of the sacredness of human life. God does not want death and destruction. This is to be a place we celebrate peace. A place we celebrate life, holiness, and spirituality. Abraham consecrates this as a place of prayer for all time. And so 3,000 years ago when King David comes, prepares to build a holy temple right here. This is later on in the Bible, the book of Samuel, the book of Kings, the book of Chronicles. King David buys this land from the local inhabitants and prepares to build the temple. Does he build it or not? No. Why not? Why not?
Blood on his hands.
Oh, that's correct. Yeah. He has blood on his hands. Because there's blood on your hands. Now, what does this mean? What do we know about King David? The Bible describes him as a shepherd, as a musician, as a poet. He composes the Tehillim, the Psalms that we all sing in our synagogues every single day. Yerushalayim haBenuya ke'ir shechubra la yachtav. Jerusalem is a city that unites us all together. When I come here, I'm reminded that I don't stand alone. I need to support others. We need to lean on each other and be unified to make Jerusalem the city of peace. So that's my little metaphor for the arch. Take it or leave it. Okay? If you don't like the word, it's okay. One of the most magnificent structures ever built. Let me give you a sense of size, of scope. This wall over here, the Western Wall, this is the longest wall of any structure in the ancient world. It's about 1/3 of a mile long, half a kilometer. Where I used to live in Manhattan, this is 7 city blocks. Huge. Gigantic. Magnificent. This bridge that we stood under before. This massive spiral staircase over here. Leading up, tens of thousands of people could enter the temple. 160 pillars, 40 feet tall, Corinthian capitals on top. I could go on and on listing the beautiful physical attributes of this, one of the wonders of the ancient world. But it's not the physical beauty that makes this so important for the Jews, but the spiritual significance. And the great spiritual importance is this central structure over here, the big white one that's twice as high as the Dome of the Rock that stands there today. And what was there? In the Beit HaMikdash, the holy place, the wall facing us, the western part, contained the Kodesh HaKodashim, the Holy of Holies, inside which was the Even Hashtiyah, the foundation stone, as we began our tour explaining the biblical stories of the creation of the world, of Abraham, of King David. This is the holiest place in the world, into which the high priest would go, the holiest person, in the holiest spot on earth, at the holiest moment of the year. What would he do in there? He would pray on behalf of himself, on behalf of the Jewish people, on behalf of all the nations of the world. Judaism teaches this is not just a place for the Jews, this is a place for all humanity. And so he would pray on behalf of the world that we all together be blessed with a year to come, a year of health and happiness, of prosperity and healing, a year of world peace. This is the most tragic event in Jewish history. We mark this every year as the saddest day in the calendar. Tisha B'Av, a day of fasting and mourning. A day that we sit on the ground in our synagogues, not eating, not drinking, not greeting our friends. A day of prayer, of introspection, of self-improvement. A day that we read the book of Eicha, Lamentations of the prophet Jeremiah. Jeremiah, who lived here in Jerusalem and walked these streets and saw with his own eyes the destruction all around him, and prophesied of the future. Jeremiah describes the city like a widow, empty of her inhabitants, waiting for her children to return. But he closes the book with a prophecy, a vision, a hope that we shall one day return. And for 2,000 years we've been saying these words until finally our prayers were answered. Just 45 years ago, in 1967, what happened here in Jerusalem? The 6-Day War. Miraculous victory against armies invading from all sides, vowing to annihilate the new state of Israel. And in just 6 days, we were able to return, to liberate, reunite the city. Under Jewish sovereignty, for the first time in 2,000 years, we could finally return to our holy places. Now, remember I said over the centuries how the city was built. I can do it in a few seconds, okay? Magic of modern technology, show you what we came back to. What's this over here, this section? Lit up for you. This is the Western Wall that you see on the outside. This is what we found. But what about the rest of it? Well, we began the archaeological excavations. First here to the south. There was a big empty field, so we could dig all the way down to the foundations to find palaces and mikvahs. Dozens of mikvahs here. Coins from the temple. Inscriptions from the priests. What about the rest of the wall to the north? It's underneath the city. We wanted to reveal what remained from our temple, but we didn't want to destroy the modern city. So instead, we emptied out the tunnels underneath the city. The city's built on top of arches, leaving a natural space underneath that was filled up with dirt and rocks over the centuries. But the archaeologists dug through all that to find the full length of the Western Wall. But with modern technology, I can move the homes without making anyone homeless. Okay? The trick? I'll show you where we are and where we're going. We began our tour walking through these little tunnels over here. Now that light that's shining is where we're sitting right now. That tiny little light, that's us. So what's straight ahead of us? The Western Wall, the Kotel, the continuation of the same one you see on the outside.
So there are houses up here?
So right above us now is a modern city. There's houses above us right now. And when I say modern, I need to clarify. I'm referring to about 600 years ago. That's modern compared to our 2,000-year-old wall that still remains.